11-year production tracker for Tesla, circa April 16th, 2022. I'm Brian. Welcome to my Tesla whenever you're tuning in. Howdy, gang. I'm not turning on the full studio lights. They're a bit oppressive. Well, I'd love to have great news for you, but I don't. I have good news. So let's start with Fremont has been revised slightly downward based on Q1 production. Shanghai has been definitely reduced downward based on the shutdown. Berlin and Texas, also not super exciting. They're not ramping as quickly as I would have hoped in my bear case. So, okay. So let's go to out of ultra bear and into flat regular growth, normal bear. Still not super exciting. This has similarly been revised slightly downwards, I think, or it's about the same. Nevada Semi, I've got it in at 1,000. I think that's maybe even a bit optimistic. Shanghai has been revised down by the 3 weeks of closure, and that was on the already not very exciting numbers. 698. I mean, it's a nameplate capacity of 450, so I feel like they should be able to do it. Yeah, I'm turning the heat on. Now, in this bear case, Berlin and Texas would only hit 100,000 units each. That's real doable. They've already produced some, quite a bit. Texas has delivered some, at least they did on the night of Cyber Rodeo. Berlin has already been making shipments around Europe. That's good. They would only need to hit, starting in June, 500 a day, right? Yeah, like in late May, 500 a day. Bearish. You could absolutely do that. They'd hit 1.3 million this year. That's below analyst expectations. That would get them out to 5.4 million by 2030. Not bad. So let's take a look at the neutral case, the base case, if you will. A paltry 513,000. I think that's well in the realm of possibility. Nevada Semi, 2,000. Now, they don't plan to hit scale production until next year, but 2,000 is not scale production. That could happen. I think that might still be a tad optimistic. Shanghai, 775. Now, that is the December run rate of 70,000 times 12, less the 3 weeks that are missing. Let's hope 3 weeks is all it is, or that they can make up lost time when that comes back online. China 2, no production. We're in April and there's no factory. There's no ground broken. That ain't gonna happen. Berlin, 150,000. Very doable. Very realistic. Berlin expansion, no. Texas, 135,000. Quite doable. Texas 2, not doable. This Texas is a downward revision because they do not appear to be making vehicles as quickly as I had expected. Again, this gets us out to 10 million in 2030. This is the neutral case. 10 million, almost 11, by 2030 would still make them the largest car manufacturer in the world. You tell me, man. So let's look at Bull. Now, there will be some significant revisions to the Bull case next month. Bull and Ultra Bull will be getting serious revisions because Elon was asked at the Berlin delivery event, how many factories do you need? And he said, and it wasn't clear if he meant 10 or another 10. In either case, this is just wrong. 1 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's close. It's close, but it's still counting 2 factories that haven't been announced. Tough. So, Bull, Fremont, 564,000. That's just 10% growth over last year. Nevada Semi, maybe we hit 3,000. Bit optimistic, but a rounding error. Shanghai, this is again, this is 10% growth over last year, minus 3 weeks. China 2, 1,000 units out of a factory that hasn't even been started. Too bullish. Changing that to 0. Berlin, 200,000. I really think that's very doable. Very doable. That could more than pick up that 1,000 I just deleted from China 2, because 200,000 units, that's only 1,000 a day starting in May. They could ramp beyond that with the size they have. They were already building out another line during the Berlin delivery event. Berlin 2 doesn't exist, don't count it. Texas, 190. Yeah, I'm saying Texas is going to trail Berlin. Now this could flip because Berlin is relying on batteries made in China, and China is closed for business. Tough to say. Texas is not so much. They could actually end up overtaking. But all of those factories could be using LFP batteries or batteries sourced from other locations. And as we know, Tesla, very nimble. Bull case, 1.8 million this year, feels a bit optimistic. Feels a bit optimistic. I mean, we only did 300,000. They'd need another 1.5 in 3 quarters. That'd be 500,000 per quarter. I think that's doable. Maybe not as of Q2, but if we get some surprise numbers in Q2, especially out of Berlin and Texas, Q3 and 4 could absolutely get us to 1.8 million. And then, of course, here we are, 20 million in 2030. And again, I will continue working to break these out and sharpen them up as time goes on. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of guesswork. So let's look at the Ultra Bull case before we wind it down. Let's see how we're doing on time. Good. Ultra Bull. Fremont could hit 621,000. Hey, look at that. Just a spare logo there. Just hanging out. Having a good time. It's what we do. Yeah, Fremont. That would be a 10% gain over the previous year. No, over something else. Oh, over the bull case. Ooh, that's aggressive. 87. Let me find it. That's 10% over the bull case. Ooh. Might be a little aggressive. These numbers you see here where it drops down, and I got that in a number of my models, almost all of them, is Fremont being taken offline for retooling. I think that's going to happen. I think it needs to happen. I think quality will improve if it does. Nevada Semi, why not ramp to 10,000? Shanghai, very ambitious. Very ambitious. It could hit 938 million. The capacity is kind of there. They just got to finish building it out. They got to get enough batteries in. It is doable, if a stretch. Berlin, if they can hit 200, they can hit 225. Right? Same with Texas. Now it gets more exciting because now we're looking at Berlin's second and third phase coming online. Texas's second and third phases. Giga Next 1 and 2 only need one more. Let's count them again. 1, I can't really count semi. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. The question was, how many factories do you need to hit 20 million? And he said, and it wasn't clear if it was 10 or 10 more. 10 more would be 14. 10 would be 10. This is already 11. We're right in the range. If I'm wrong, I'm in very good company. So, there we go. April, numbers for the 11-year production prediction tracker. I'm going to work to sharpen these up. I want to hear from you guys. I want to establish a brain trust who helps me sort this out and get better numbers and get better insight. I want to work with you guys on Patreon. Should we get a Discord? Is it time to set up a Discord? I think it might be. Where we figure out what we're looking at. Where we get more brains looking at the same thing. Where, at least if we're wrong based on the best information available, and not just most of it. Because I overlook things sometimes. I do my best, but I'm just a dude. So I did want to thank all of you, as I always do, as I try to, as I mean to, for just being there with me. The trip to Texas was an absolute eye-opener. A lot of the things that I thought weren't working are working. I had probably 8 or 10 people come up to me and say, I love your voice, your cadence, and your delivery. And it's weird, I know, and I get heat about it in the comments, but apparently I wasn't so much trying to find my voice as trying to find my audience, and I apparently have found it. Which is a relief because I'm just me. I can't be anyone else. So I thank you guys so much for that. I really do. I really do. And I don't know. I'm just glad I took the upbeat approach. I can't speak for the approach other channels take. I can tell you who I love. I love Best in Tesla because he's so upbeat. I love Dylan from Electrified because he's so upbeat. I love Rob because he's so neutral. I'd say he's upbeat. I like Stephen Mark Ryan. I can't say I love him because he's too negative. But when that Gordon Johnson juicy juice comes on, I just can't help myself. And I love Stephen Mark Ryan. I really do. In small doses. But there are just so many great people in the Tesla space. And I just appreciate you guys being here for the journey. So, pretty exciting stuff. And we'll go from there. So what did I miss or misunderstand? Leave me them thoughts in the comments below. Tell me what you think of this blinding blue light. And yeah, it really is a lighting thing I'm messing around with. I can make it much, much worse. That's terrible. Green. Ooh, nice. Yeah, I'm trying. Trying new stuff. Trying to keep it fresh. Stay tuned. Stay juicy. And I just can't wait to hear from you clever robots after the earnings call, I suppose. Meow. Meow.